Let's see. Those are all connecting. That's good. Let's see. Hey, how's it going? That's interesting. That worked on that side. I wonder if it's... Well, I can still see the messages, so I guess that's the important part. I don't know why it's not showing up on that end. Hello, how's it going? Ronald and Broken Soul. So I am still getting messages on my thing. I don't know why it's not showing up over on that. I don't know why it's popping up my thing. But I can't access it. It's weird. Maybe I'm just gonna finish this real quick, and depending on how much time is left after that, yeah, sure, I could do that. I just need to put in some color in the background, maybe a gradient for the blue, and then just kind of clean up excess stuff here. Let's see. Oh. Okay, so have to kind of go in and let's see, erase leftover spots here. So what I should do, where's my background? So if I get rid of that, that'll help. Show me all the bright blue spots that are hidden. All right. So let's see, we are just going through and cleaning up all this mess here. A little bit right there. Shrink it down a little bit. A little bit right there. Okay, so let's see. Working on official comic. Oh, nice. That's awesome. First page, 8 frames, 5 done. That's so cool, man. That's really exciting. Like I've said before, like I wish I would have started my stuff, but I've gotten to some of it, like redesigning some of the characters and stuff, so that's good. It's a start, you know. Like this character, he's kind of a redesigned his scythe here, so that's fun and how it works. So better world. Yeah, nice. I mean, you could change the title as much as you want. It's yours. No one will know. until you like actually put it out, then it's kind of hard to change titles and stuff. But before then, it's free game. All right, I think we're getting. This isn't taking too long, so that's positive. I need to fix that little weird spot that I left on that line work, I guess. Okay. Now it looks like it's a line work thing too. We're just going through here and cleaning up little spots where things pop through. So this is where like having an actual background can kind of be somewhat of a pain, but on the other hand, these little things would have been there the whole time anyway, you just didn't know, so that's kind of a little helpful thing. Sorry. All right. Okay. Put that a bit there. I think that's all of that. Let's zoom out a touch and see if there's any mixed stuff way out. That's not okay. Maybe that little spot there. And a little bit there and there. So we've got some tiny little bits around, but for the most part I think we've cleaned it up. Again, I need to apparently go to the line art here real quick. There we go. It's better. Go back to the mask and see that little spot right there. Let's see. There we go. All right. So I think that's pretty much all of the little spots. Doesn't look like there's missing spots inside. Oh, there's that right there. Okay. So I mean, there's some. It doesn't really look like there's spots inside, maybe that little bit there. But nothing too crazy. Oops, too far in. Okay. So yeah, looks like we're good for the most part. It looks pretty solid. So let's zoom out here and put that back on. Okay, so let's go. New layer there. We are going to start coloring in. Use that color for these. I don't know. Let's look. Might be nice to have that color. Yeah, why not? I could always change it after the fact, not a big deal. Keep that whole bit there, can go. I will have slightly different coloring for the spine of the feather. We're going to lighten that a little bit, I think, since that is normally the lightest part of the feather. So that's fun. And I'm not really worried about all the stuff that's behind him. It's not really gonna be seen, so if it's not totally colored in, it's not a big deal. And it looks like I might have to go in and erase a little bit more of that mask layer. Right there. Okay. Alright, so let's kind of fix that. There we go. All right, so let's see. Not too worried about parts behind things. Again, if it's not all the way colored in, it doesn't matter because you're not going to see it. It's not like I'm going to put a copy of the background of this up. Okay, got that. All right. I think that part's missing a little bit of the yellow color. Need to fix that. Okay. All right, so I think that feather's pretty much all good, except for this area here. Cool. All right. Hit this one. Again, gonna change the color of that spine at some point, but for now we'll just color over it. It's not a big deal. Okay. I do want to do like a gradient for that, for the blue in the background, but we'll see once we're all finished with this, I think, how that might look. Because I think it'll be helpful. I think it'll look nice. All right. Put that in there. Let's get in here, clean these up real quick. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Okay. Let's see. A little bit. Cool. Zoom out on this one a little bit. Again, just kind of. All right. Let's see. So yeah, we've got, I think, one more feather, and then I'll go in. I'll do the spines on these in a slightly lighter color. See how I like that, and if it doesn't look that great, then I'll go back and I'll just kind of, maybe I'll lighten the rest of the feather and darken the spine, since that's another option I can use. Because the feathers are normally either lighter or darker in this, on the spine, so it just depends on the kind of bird. Some of them just have the same coloring, it doesn't matter, but adds a little bit of something if it's, there's a variation, I think, so that's why I'm going to vary it. One way or the other, I will vary it, but we'll have to see. Problem working with something so close to the line art color is sometimes you can't really tell how far over that other color is going. And if the lines are kind of thin, it's really hard to get it to look right sometimes. Okay, so we got that one. It's 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one here. Get in a little bit closer. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we need to clean that mask layer up a little bit more, looks like. Yep, there's a little spot over that. That's interesting. So that's kind of the fun, one of the fun things about working digitally is you'll notice stuff like that as you're working, and you can go in and fix it. It's not that hard. It's not that big of a deal. One of the reasons I really like digital work is I can go in and I can adjust things at all points of this with no problems whatsoever. I mean, traditional work, you can kind of do that. Painting is a good example of that. Like, you always just paint over something that you've done. It's a little harder with like pencil and stuff. It gets a little bit more tricky. You can only erase and go over things so many times, but before things start to look weird and muddy and whatnot. So, but digital art, never have that problem. I mean, you can, depending on how you do stuff, but it's far less likely of a problem you're going to have. Yeah, so I'm working on cleaning up these feathers for the background real quick, and then I'll go in and I'll go back, fix those little spots on the mask layer that I missed when I went through and cleaned up the mask layer last time here, just a minute ago. I should still be working on some. I'll be here probably in a half hour. Yeah. I'm almost never off on time anyway, so feel free to come back. Okay, so we got, there we go. Clean that up. That down there. Okay, I think we're pretty much good on the feather. Outline seems to be within the outline, so we're good on that. All right. Let's just, okay, cool. So now go through and let's go maybe that color. It's real close to the background. That might be better. Okay, so let's try that color, I guess. Okay. So let's see. Oops, not that. If I did that, it would be the background color. Okay, so let's look at that. I think that's kind of nice. I think it looks kind of good that way. It's not half bad. Okay, so let's get in on this one a little bit. Just make sure. Okay. Oh, I never erased that line. Wait, is that on? Nope. I'll have to fix that here in a second. Keep forgetting. So I'm saying I can't do that. Can't erase. Have to drop over it. Okay, so we got this going. It's just, yeah. Okay. All right, so that one is good, but we do need to go, let's grab this layer here. Let's erase this out. Thought I'd already erased all of these, honestly. Apparently I did not. Okay, there we go. That's better. Let's back to this layer here. Oops, I need you. Okay. Okay. And we see right here, I missed some of that outline. I missed some going outside of the outline on this one. I wasn't paying that much attention. So now I got to go in, clean this up. Okay. Okay, and up and up. There we go. Looks like we missed a little bit more of the mask layer there, so that's fun. All right, this is the last one. Just gonna push that. Okay. It's a little bit of kind of maybe tangent-ish there, but that's not too bad. got that. So that should be wall 4. I think that's kind of nice. I think it looks alright. This mask layer again. And erase more of this chunk that I thought I had gotten already. Okay. I think that's pretty much everything. All right. So got it or not. So let's get in here real quick. Just looks weird from a distance. That's annoying. I actually need to go to here. I have absolutely no idea what that. All right. Okay. So we've got that all set. Even though from a distance it looks like there's spots on it, that's super annoying. Okay. So let's see, let's go to this layer here, and I want to do gradient on this. I know there's a, I forget where it is. Yeah, gradient tool, there we go. I want it to go the opposite direction. Kind of like that. I want that to be, actually let's do black and do it the opposite way. Maybe not full on black. Okay, let's grab that. Yeah, I need, let's do, got it. Oh, the head is popping out on it. Okay, so let's do this color. Maybe let's try this one. Because it's basically the same color, that's why. Okay. Let's hit that. Hit okay, let's see. Oh. Let's do that, maybe? Alright, so I want it the opposite direction. Maybe that. Okay, so maybe a slightly different take. Okay. Let's go slightly lighter. Let's see. What if I do this direction? That's not. It's not too bad. I kind of like that. Let's go here real quick. Minus the skin. Grab that. Okay, let's put that back in. Let's erase that back. All right. I think that's, no, that is, that has to be colored in on this layer. Oh, whoops. Okay, so let's, okay. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, okay. Super weird. All right. All right, I think I like that. I think it's looking really, really nice. Again, I don't, okay, let's zoom in here. And it's kind of not, all right. Like it doesn't show up until I get in super close. Here we go. So let's see. Grab that color. Oh, mother. Okay. It's going to be extremely frustrating. Okay. So real quick, let's just make this. Why is that? Okay. Okay. But why is it not? All right. Let's zoom out. Real quick. Oops. Why is it picking for the other one? It shouldn't be picking for the opposite one, though. Why is it doing that? Gosh. Okay, I messed something up somewhere along the line, and it's freaking killing me now. Oh, there it is. That's why it's doing that. Okay. Okay. There's no, let's see, grab that. Okay, now we're getting the right color for the right thing. I hate when that happens. All right. So let's go down to here in this shape here. And okay. Okay, so real quick, let's go to this layer. Okay, let's just fill the edge of this. Okay. Make less of a tangent on this. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Wait, no, that's not the right. Wait, this. Okay, so let's see. That gives us that a little bit more dynamic. Okay, seems like we've gotten this all done in that sense. Okay, so now let's just what is that? Okay, so that's the layer we need. Set this up. Merge that. Okay, so then let's grab all of this, and we're going to do that. Let's call it. No. We'll have to. I don't know what we can do. We can make it all one thing, and then I can change it. But just delete all of those. Those aren't necessary. Duplicate. Okay. Merge. And put all of those. Okay, so we're gonna hide that, and then now let's do 90. That's still really right. 9, 5. Okay, so I need to kind of figure out a way to kind of push that back. I don't want it so vibrant. I know there's blur it a little bit. Blur. Push it a little. Right there. Let's okay. Did it not do it? I don't. Blur. Gaussian blur. Oh no, it did it. It did it. Right? Okay. Yeah. It did it a little bit. Really don't understand why, like, when it's zoomed out, it does this kind of thing to me. That's super weird. Okay, and that's on an entirely separate layer of some kind. Oops. Real quick, let's fix that. See, it's saying it's there. There's that. The annoying part is, like, I did this early on, so it shouldn't be doing this to me right now. With this bright blue, I should be able to see it a little easier. Okay. Well, it seems for the most part we're all good on this. That is a really, really terrible line. It's got like 10 different looks of the gray, 10 different grays, I think, on it. Oops. Okay. I think that's pretty much all the, okay. Put his skin layer back on. Okay. Yeah, I don't really understand that too much. So line art. Let's go in here. So that's on that line art layer, which I kind of figured. Okay. Nope. Nope. No. Can do that. Stop doing that, damn it. Okay, so I need this here real quick. No, that is not there. Okay. So that's just a space that needs to be colored back in. Nope. No. Okay. So at some point somewhere, no. So that's a shadow. Then shadow, black shadow. All right, there we go. So we got that fixed. All right, now we're just kind of getting a little too into it. We'll just have to call that. Yeah, I don't really, it's super weird. Okay. Wish it was a little bit different, but that'll work. There, we'll do this a little bit. Actually, let's grab this. picking colors this way. Eraser, change that over. This. All right, work. And let's see. No. Let's check that real quick. Yeah, I think that kind of works out. Let's save that. Well, there's that. Think. Let's see. I don't want that. Let's do this real quick. So, what I think I might want to happen. That's interesting. Hold on. Doing that with a all right. Yeah, that's weird doing that with a mouse. Okay, so we've got pretty much all the little spots. Okay. So what I might want to do is kind of blur different bits. So I definitely want to blur the crescent shapes. What if I merge those layers down? Okay, cool. And then I will blur on there. So that's kind of cool, actually. I think that extreme blur might be a little bit better. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that extreme blur, and then I kind of want to. Okay, so let's merge those layers as well, and then now let's. Filter, let's blur those. Definitely not that much. Okay, so let's not blur there. And okay. So let's go down to 5. Okay, let's go 4.5. Let's go to 4, 3. So maybe a 3 on the feathers. All right, so now let's zoom out here. Bump that back up and real quick. I want this layer here. So bump that way up. Bump that. Okay, yeah. We don't want that there. All right, so that's looking better. All right, all right. Okay, and then let's see this. I wonder if let's give it. Let's go 98. No. 100. All right. So that's fine. All right, I think it looks pretty good. So I guess, shoot, let's. I don't. There. Okay, yeah. So that's what I want. I want whatever color I have it on to be the. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Yeah. Really wish this program worked a smidge better. Hey, how's it going? Going on here, trying to. All right, whatever. Nope. That's probably about as close to my actual signature as I'm gonna get for this junk. And let's see, it is still March, right? Yeah. Okay, let's shoot this up. All right, so there we go. There we go. So and then let's shrink it down a little bit. No. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right, so that's our final product on this. So I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully I'll get a lot of people to draw it in their style and see what they come up with on this. Actually, hold on. Because that's always really, really exciting and it's fun to see those things. I've only done like one myself that I've seen, because I normally don't really have the time. But hopefully you guys will try and draw this in your style. If you go down there, you get my Instagram and my Twitter. It's gonna be on both, so you'll be able to find it there. And I look forward to seeing other people's interpretations of my character, or some like their character with that pose or whatever they want to do with it. I don't know, but looking forward to seeing all of those. Hopefully there's a lot. If not, well, I tried. So that's exciting. Yeah, I don't know if anyone wants a request drawn. We could do some quick stuff. I'm not gonna do anything super big right now because I mean it's basically the time almost time I get off. So, but if anyone wants something, you should chime in now, and I would be happy to. Like 3 T's in that. This keyboard is nice for gaming, but it is a pain. Oh, no, for everything else. Actual typing, not good. It's an amazing keyboard, but typing can be a real pain. All right. Let's see. Come on. All right, so and like if you look at it, look at how many layers are in this. All those layers, just crazy. Yeah. Let's see. Let's do that. Is that? Yeah, that guy. Cool. I already have his picture in here. So I need to figure out kind of the rest of the body. I got the upper part all nailed down. Obviously, I got this. See, the beak kind of does the same. Like, got that. Nope, we're on the wrong layer. Don't do that. Don't move my. Don't move my signature. Bloop. There we go. So we've got that kind of jagged bit on the blade. On the blade, yeah, blade. of the scythe there. It's mimicking his beak. So that's fun. Okay, so let's drop. What is on this? Yeah, no, I don't need that. But do we need that? So let's put that layer in. Okay. Let's put it in a group. Okay, so let's grab all of this junk. It's not junk, all of this stuff. All of this. I don't know. Does that layer even? Oh, that's the. Okay, yeah, I do need that. So let's grab all of those and put it in here. Now we can hide that and that, and we've got a super bright hoverboard, like a science fiction hoverboard. Okay, yeah, just clarifying, because there are those stupid little rolling things that people were riding around all the time, like a year ago or so probably. Okay, so let's put in a new layer here, and just for funsies, I don't like how bright white that is. I'm going to take this. Oh wait, I can't do that. I keep forgetting with the thing that I have. Can't do that. So let's do it. Okay. So let's do that. Just close enough. There we go. That gives me the thing I was kind of looking for. Okay, so back to my brush here, and let's do this all in my. I like the chalk brush thing, so okay. And go up on layer real quick. Let's grab that and finish that. So now that's totally filled. That's nice. And you wanted a hoverboard. So let's see. Real quick, we'll do the hoverboard. Okay. Minimize that. I'll take that off for now. Okay, we'll do. Hold on. We'll do like a top-down and like a side view of this. Yeah. So we'll do like top-down and then a side view. Like so. Okay, yeah. So I think it would have, let's put it like that. So I think it would be kind of like like they have kind of futuristic floating cars and stuff. It'd be kind of similar situation where it'd have like these outside bits that would kind of simulate the wheels and stabilize stuff. So let's see, let's do. And I kind of like Back to the Future and stuff, where they kind of go with like a retro. Oh man. They go with like a retro skateboard, because I mean that was what they had at the time, was like retro skateboards. So let's grab that real quick because I drew this on the wrong layer. I hate that. I hate when that happens. It's so frustrating. It's like I was positive that I put it on the layer that I wanted, but I did not. So, okay, now we're on the right layer. And let's grab the right. Okay, let's go there. Okay, so oops, right. Okay, so let's see what we got. But yeah, I like the retro longboard kind of style that they used for the Back to the Future movies. So I think that's kind of a neat idea. And then, I mean, you can make a board, like a skateboard, even now, you can make them all kinds of weird, awesome shapes and stuff. Like, if I want, I can kind of cut out this middle bit for whatever reason I feel like. And that already kind of gives it more of a like futuristic kind of look to it, you know? Like that right there, it already looks kind of like new, futuristic. So let's put this kind of like that. So yeah, we're gonna kind of go like retro futurist style, kind of rounded and sharp at points. Like it was very, very cool to imagine like the future having like all these fancy, shiny, long swooping kind of things. I think retro future stuff was way better. Oh yeah, no, I will, sorry. I'll move it over. My bad. So whoops, just grab that. So yeah, we'll slide it over here. Sorry about that. Sometimes I forget about the camera. Yeah, so like just making that cut in this kind of like I think gives it a little bit more of a futuristic look. But retro futuristic I think was a really, really cool idea. And it's way better than the future that we ended up with. If you see like old school retro futuristic stuff, like the cars look really neat, they're long swooping and stuff like that. Like it's awesome. And then you see what we have and it's like all the cars look the same now and it's kind of boring. And I mean there's a lot more like pressing matters obviously to deal with at this point. We're kind of, we messed up the environment. We have this pandemic currently that is going on, which is nuts. So let's see, we're gonna put this like that. So these would be like the wheels that we would be using today. So this is going to be kind of like that. Just kind of make them come in a little bit to this. All right, so then let's like thin this section up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we've got this kind of thing going on, but I like the like old school boards. It'll be history textbooks. Yeah, Oh, I'm sure at some point there's going to be movies and stuff. Absolutely. I'm sure there'll be some kind of like documentary situation, um, kind of going through and using news footage and whatnot. Okay, so let's bring that down. Okay, so we've got this kind of thing. Let's round that a little bit, I think, just for, because I imagine these will kind of like rotate a little bit. So like they'd go down, you'd kind of lift up, and then they'd kind of stabilize, and when you went forward, they'd kind of adjust. Like they'd still be pointed down, but more angled to move you forward, kind of situation. That's kind of what I imagine for those. So let's see, and we could even put in essentially this middle section here. We could call that, like, that'd be like where your handle would be. So we can erase this out here. So you could have a handle in the middle. And I imagine like the power to like the power source to like move this would be small enough to fit in the board. Like, I mean, we could shrink this a little bit too. We can make it a lot more of like a center handle. That way, like, the thing you have to think about is like if you're making something, how are people going to hold it, use it, whatnot. Like a small child probably wouldn't be able to reach all the way across this even with these indents. So if you put like a handle in the middle, then even a smaller child could carry it around no problem. That's kind of the idea of having a handle right there. So that would be kind of one of the things you would think about. Let's see, let's do, let's see. So less angled than that actually. So let's do slight angle and slight angle on that, I guess. So these would be like straps, and so let's see, we can make this like a round thing like that. So then, let's see, you would be able to kind of have it go whatever direction makes it easier for you. Well, I imagine more of a hoverboard, like Back to the Future kind of thing. Where it wouldn't go that high off the ground. It'd be like maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet, maybe somewhere around there. So that's kind of the idea there, I would think, is it'd be kind of, yeah. Anyway, I mean, and there are small people too, like shorter women, people who are just flat out just small little people, with like people with dwarfism, stuff like that. So it's not necessarily for children, but you would think about even the more marginalized members of society, like, would possibly be using this. So like you have to think about stuff like that. I mean, obviously this isn't going to be happening. Like, this isn't a real thing. It's not going to actually ever be a real thing, probably. I mean, technically it exists now. It's not it's not something that it's sustainable, but it does actually exist. There has been one made. It's pretty nuts if you watch it. But yeah, like there's no way it'll ever be something that is widely available to the public, in my opinion. It's just not, like, just the safety alone is a huge issue. It's a whole thing, like how it's powered. Yeah, like it's nuts. So this would be the basic idea for me, and then like you could make it fun colors, and you could design like stuff that fits well on it and whatnot. But yeah, so from like there you would do all kinds of different stuff. Like you can make it, let's make it, again, why is the intensity set so low? Let's 0. Enter. Okay. So, like, I mean, you can make it pink, like hot pink, for people who wanted hot pink. I'm not gonna say girls, because like girls like other colors. It's a whole thing. So let's see. Let's make this whole thing pink. And I mean, like, as opposed to having this handle in the middle, you can make one that would fold or whatever. And then you could use the foot straps as like a handle. It could be a whole thing. It could be any number of ways you can make this portable, more portable. In this situation, like, even like I can make this whole section, I could make this fold if I wanted to, and you could like carry it like a small suitcase, briefcase or something. Or like I said, you could just nix this whole bit, have it fold in the middle, and then like have this handle go in the opposite direction, and when it folds, that handle's right there, and it's really thin profile as opposed to like just the whole board. There's a number of ways you can address things like that. Let's see, let's grab. Get that. So we could make this kind of a focal point by having that. We could make this bright blue to kind of separate them from the pink, so you know that they could possibly rotate because they're a separate entity. And so yeah, you can make, I mean, that's super. So I mean, like, all of these things are. So like that's a simple, like, simple board. Yeah, and again, like, we could do a side profile of this too. Okay, so let's see, actually, I don't even need to do that because I haven't put anything else in here. I do need to have both layers selected though. So like, we could slide that over, since now we've kind of gotten it. Grab this layer here. So then on the side profile, you could have it, you could have that back end kind of come up a little bit. That might be kind of cool. You could have it be totally flat, and that's up to you as a designer. So those side bits would be, in my vision, kind of like this, slightly lower profile. And then as you take off, you start moving, they would slightly rotate. So still give you downward thrust, but also move you in the direction that you would want. So they would start this direction and then it would kind of slightly rotate, maybe a little less rotation, honestly. So you get a forward momentum and stay up in the air. So it'd be like that, and then like on mine, we're missing this little section here. So it'd be a little bit in, and then we've got that. Something kind of like that. And like I said, there's a handle in the middle there. Kind of make this something like that. It's hard to show it from a perfect profile, so it's not exactly a perfect profile. And then yeah, so this would be where one of those straps would be, and we've got that. And again, on this side, same idea. So yeah, like when you're designing things, you just kind of think about all the different things that could be. You need to think about as many things as possible if you're designing something, even if it's fake, like this. Like I said, they exist, but they're not really out there. Okay, so yeah, and that one would be on that side. So, I mean, that's a side view of what it would basically be too. So front, side. Let's see, grab this and do the same color scheme we had earlier. Got this. So we have a solid idea of all these parts and where they are in relation. All right, and then yeah, that handle, which would be this bit here. Just like that. So it's a really quick, really simple hoverboard design. I think it's kind of neat. I don't know. That's me. But yeah, so that's one thing. I don't know how other people think about stuff if they're designing things. All right. I mean, that's pretty much it. If you want to give me something else. Like that's my whole spiel on designing things, and there's the design right there. I mean, we could get it like flames. That'd be kind of cool, I guess, right? People like flames on things. We can kind of get it hard. Boom. That looks pretty sweet. I mean, it's just the idea of flames more than actual flames, but still looks pretty dope. Draw a face without using the eraser. All right. So fun thing. Depending on how you're working on something like that, like, so one thing I would like to point out is I don't have to use the eraser, technically speaking, ever. So Yeah. Um, it's like you want me to draw a face without erasing, like, are you saying like line art, or are you saying just a face in general? Like if I were to just start drawing like a face like this. Because I literally, you don't ever have to use an eraser, especially digitally. Like that's not something that has to be done. So I could use an eraser here, or I could literally just go in and kind of we got some spots up on top here where that would be, and then we could let's go a little darker. So we've got spots under the nose, got a little bit under the lip there. Kind of go darker on the outside, like stuff like that. We can, it's not that difficult to use, not use an eraser, and I could literally just kind of color pick and color over things, and that's kind of the way to not use an eraser and still, I don't know, it's interesting. So let's put that there. We got a little bit of that. Actually, no, we don't want that much. And right there, hold on, let's go all the way back forward. I put it down so I can't erase it, but I can come back over it with something else. Hit that, the bottom lip, there we go. So now we're getting in the right direction there. So yeah, it's not that difficult to do something like that. It's not easy by any means, but if you've ever done any kind of traditional painting or something like that, it's something that people do quite regularly. You just paint over it. You don't have to actually erase anything. And it's something that you don't really think about doing digitally because it's so easy to erase or undo something. So you don't normally do that. So real quick, I'm just gonna swatch this over off the side. Okay, so let's grab that. So then I can just kind of color pick those. And I might go slightly darker, something, I don't know. I thought I had a darker color, but I don't think we do now. So, okay. We've got 3 colors that I can use. We're going monochromatic with this sucker. Okay, we've got, let's grab that. Let's bring this down here. And actually, for the heck of it, let's go a little bit brighter. I don't know, maybe that bright? Let's see. It might be a touch too bright, but I don't know, I like it. I think it might work. So we've got that, got a little bit, now we can put on the nose there. And see, that's already like really pushing out these spots. Like that. Yeah. And let's grab that color there again. I have not yet, no. I know you said that you're more comfortable drawing male characters, so that's one thing that I'm pretty sure it'll be a male character, so there is that. But actually, like, having sat and thought about it, no, I have not. And it's gonna be a really kind of generic face. I'm not gonna try and make this super recognizable or anything like that, because chances are it's not gonna happen, so. I wish this blended slightly better, but it's not too bad. Hit it with this. Did you have a character in mind for the collab? Since we're on it, I guess. So this is like the only way to really like kind of push this in the right direction right now is blending. So I'm just gonna kind of blend this stuff out a little bit. All right, but yeah, have you kind of thought about it? I don't know how much you were really thinking about it or not. But yeah, I haven't really been able to like stop and think through some of this stuff. I'm not gonna give him like actual eyes. We're just gonna go with like black socket kind of things. Okay. All right. And out of curiosity, I'm not entirely sure if we decided like what kind of thing this was gonna be or not. I don't. So I don't know if we like decided on something like that or not. So I'm going to, whoops, went a little bit outside the bounds there. Let's grab something in there. Draw each other's in a scene or pose. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a fun thing. Sounds like something I would have said. Okay, so like this is pretty creepy looking, I'm not gonna lie, but it is basically how this would be done. All right. I need to push this down a little bit more. There we go. And then actually we need to push that a little bit out of the way. There we go. Real quick, hit this back. All right, so yeah, we're kind of Molding the face a little bit here. That's all painting stuff like this is just kind of molding. Molding it up. No. Brush there. Just kind of, there we go. We just darken it, lighten it, darken it, lighten it. Brush. So we get kind of like a smooth-ish transition at least. Thank you. I mean, this mouth bit looks a little off, but I'm doing my best. I think if we push that out a little bit more, it's a little bit better. Yeah, so let's do that. Hit this on the tippy top in there. Then hit that center bit with this darkness. Okay, get that. Slightly better, I think. Slightly more realistic lip situation. We do need this under the nose there. Bring that down into that upper lip, give it that Cupid's bow situation. Fun fact, that's what it's called. Cupid's bow. Let's hit the sides of this a little bit like that. So, I mean, that's basically a face. As close to a face as I'm going to get, at least. And then we can kind of give it hair. Give it kind of like a widow's peak situation. I guess I could give it ears. That might be a helpful thing. Looks kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. So let's see, blah, 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 blah. Something like that. And then we can give it all the highlights and whatnot and all that fun stuff. So let's go. Let's see, let's give it. All right, got that kind of situated. Let's give it some. So one thing I haven't done this entire time is like adjust my brush size, which I should do, especially if you're doing this kind of work with no real erasing. You can always adjust your brush size. It helps with, especially like if you're working, trying to get some highlights and stuff in. You want that really bright look to the hair or something with that shiny highlight situation. Let's kind of cap that ear with a little bit of a highlight. Hit this. Okay. Okay, let's go in here. So, yeah, and then get in there with that slightly more detailed. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we got that. And I mean, it's, like I said, it's not great. It's kind of creepy looking with no eyeball. So we can kind of give it at least a little bit of a something going on in here. I guess it'd be better than what I'm looking at currently. Let's hit that. So then another thing I haven't done is I haven't zoomed in at all. So let's give it this situation here. And we can kind of go around. Like I said, this is all very monochromatic. It's all in the same blue family currently. Grab this highlight fit again and let's give it some. Give it a little life to the eyes there, a little something extra. This bottom edge a little bit maybe. Some stuff. And then we could also hit the top edge a little, darken it. We don't want to go too crazy on that, but give it a little bit more of a realistic shadow look there. So yeah, like there's a really simple face with no racing. So now like there you go. It kind of gives it a little bit realistic. Like that nose is not great by any stretch of the imagination, but I could fix that. Like we could go real quick. Let's grab this bright highlight here. So we could go in here and we can kind of fix that a little bit at least. Bring this down a little bit more. So we could kind of shape the nose and whatnot. Give that a little bit more of a highlight there. And now we can take this and we can kind of darken this a little bit, give it a little bit more shading. We don't want it to disappear into that shadow, but we don't want it to be super. This bit we don't mind disappearing a little bit into the shadow, but some of this other stuff here. There we go. Let's grab that, push it back a little bit. So yeah, I mean it's not too bad. His ears are a little far out. His face is a little wide, a little smushed, but overall, I'd say that's not too bad of a job for not erasing anything the entire time. So there you go. It is like I was actually painting in real life. Because you can't erase when you're painting. You can only paint over it. So there you go. So yeah, it's time for me to bail because I do have work, because I am an essential person in this time. It is what it is. So there you go. Got a little blue man. His eyes are kind of looking in different directions, but like they look like eyes, so that's good, I guess, right? Yeah. That was fun. I appreciate the challenges and stuff like that. That's fun. So I used literally 4 different colors and we got that. And like, that's not too bad. I mean, not even color shades, really, of the same color, basically. Yeah. So, yeah, we did that. We did a little bit of this as well. Knocked out that. So that's going up on my Instagram, my Twitter, and hopefully people will draw it in their style, because that's what it's for. And I will try and retweet and share on my Instagram story all of the cool renditions of this piece. So I hope people participate in that, because that's really cool. I know I'm not the most talented person in the world or anything like that, so like hopefully people will join me in doing this, because that'd be really awesome. I love to see stuff like that. So thanks for stopping in. I generally appreciate everyone who popped in and said hello and all of that fun stuff. For some reason, like this chat shows up on my talk one, but it wasn't showing up on my regular. I don't know why. There was some issues. I guess the site had a really bad DDoS attack for some reason. I don't know why someone would be doing that. All they do is allow you to stream to multiple sites at once, which is, yeah, weird. Anyway, this will be going up right after this. Hopefully people stop and take some time and draw it in their style. That'd be really awesome. I'd love to see those, so please tag me in all of those things. I'll put all of that in the actual thing as well. But yeah, so be posting this, and I'll post that face too for the heck of it. Why not? But I'll be posting this on my Instagram. I'll do the in 2 separate things. I'll probably post the hoverboard as well. So those will be on 2 separate posts, because this is a draw this in your style, and I want people to, like, that's what I'm going to be focusing on for this. Yeah. So please tell your friends, hey, draw this in your style. It'll be featured on my story for, like, I don't know, maybe I'll do it for like a week or something. I don't know. Depending on how many people participate, we'll see what's going on. But I will will feature them in my story on my Instagram, and I will try and retweet as many as I can on my Twitter, because it's going up on both, because I hit 2 milestones, 1 on each. I hit 900 on my Instagram, and I hit 300 on my Twitter, so that's really awesome. And I really appreciate everyone who stopped in, saw what was going on, all that fun stuff. And hopefully you stop in on Thursday. Not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing on Thursday. Let's see, so it was suggested maybe Spawn be my next fan art thing. So that might be cool. Might be doing that. It is going to, if I do that, it would be really difficult, but because Todd McFarlane is insane. So his stuff is just out of this world awesome, and it might be fun to try it out. So, and I might even do it more of a painterly style. Let's see, those haven't worked out great for me so far, but you never know. Could be fun. And then Broken Soul, we'll talk about the whole collab thing at some point. Definitely would be cool to do it. I don't know if I'll do it on stream, but I will definitely be sharing that to my Instagram and stuff when we get to it and get it all worked out. Thanks for stopping in. Links are down here. Like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Really appreciate everyone stopping in, and stay inside if that is something that you need to be doing where you are currently. It is here where I'm living, so unless you're an essential worker or you absolutely need to go to the grocery store or something, stay inside. Also get exercise, but stay inside, and 6 feet, social distancing, all that fun stuff. Yeah. And stay safe, and I hope to see you on next time, which is Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, same place. So I'll see you guys. Thanks again for stopping in. See you later.